Jake, 7 goals and assists today. Why was today such a big day for you?
It was my first big game back after having a spleen injury, so I took it with a lot of seriousness and just wanted to get out there and do as much as I could.
Jake, so what are your overall thoughts and observations after this win against Anne Arundel, a ranked opponent who was just coming off of a big win? This was an important game for Howard. Just what are your thoughts after it all?
It was much needed for us. We really needed that confidence boost back, but we still got a lot of work on for these upcoming games like Genesee on Saturday, so we're going to get back to work at practice tomorrow and see how that goes, get prepared.
So how's everything going with the attackmen and the injuries and the rotation, and how are you all gelling together right now on offense?
So I think we're looking pretty smooth on offense. We still have some kinks in the offense to work out, but it's coming together nicely, and I think this team has a lot of chemistry, and that's what helps us on offense and defense, and just in general. We have those relationships that just make us trust each other. So,
how was that chemistry built throughout the fall to now? What were some important moments that helped build the bond between you and your teammates?
Fall ball was definitely a big part, and the whole team always hangs out after practice. We're always together, just being a band of brothers like we should be.
Jake, how do you think the team's doing in terms of fundamentals right now? I know Coach Faust stresses it. Coach Lancaster has stressed it in interviews, just the simple things. How do you think the team's doing?
I think we're, for the most part, okay with it, but we are struggling at some points just because this team's so young, but we'll get the hang of it when it comes to crunch time.
How are you handling that as a captain? You're one of the few sophomores on the team. How are you approaching your role as a leader on the 2019 Howard Dragons?
So if we need to talk to one of the players about anything, I'll go up to them personally and try to talk to them one-on-one and to give them some insight from what I see.
Being a sophomore, how important is it for you to go out and defend this Region 20 championship? You have the chance to make history. Howard's never won 3 Region 20 titles in a row. How excited are you to possibly do that?
I'm pretty excited. I didn't get that much playing time last year from how good our attack was last year, so it's really exciting to me. Can't wait to get out there and make something happen this year with the boys.
Coach Lancaster, Region 20 win for your troops. How are you feeling right now?
I'm feeling good. I felt that we had a good week of practice. They had a different set of offense that I've really never seen before, that 42 offense they set. But we practiced hard this week to try to eliminate what they do best, which is picking. We worked on hard picks in practice, and it showed today. Picks, communication, and we got through it. We started a little slow, but then we picked it up. And it's one of the reasons why is because this guy played the way he did. I mean, it was like Matumbo out there. He really excited me today. I'm glad to have him. Just a really good win for us.
Coach, what else? How would you describe Tim's effort out there today?
That was his best effort of the season. That today, and we needed it because the defense we played a little soft. We played a little soft in the beginning, and we weren't getting out on the hands. And I told him, I said, look, somebody's got to be the enforcer. Somebody's got to get out on the hands. I mean, I thought it was a clean hit in the game. If he would have just kept his hand on the stick, that would have been a clean hit. But he led the defense today. He led it.
Tim, why do you think today was your biggest day of the season? What was it about coming here to Anne Arundel that allowed you to have such a big game?
This is a big game because I knew our defense was going to step up today. Really, it wasn't the plays that were like ground balls and takeaways. It was more talking and really communicating with the defense. Next play, coming out with intensity, energy, just pure energy to be around your guys and just ready to go and get every chance for an opportunity to take the ball away. And that's what I tried to do. I wasn't really focused on.
Yeah. I've been a little bit under the weather this week, and I told the guys, hey, look, I'm my usual hyper self, and he took that over today, man. And I was just like, yes.
They like that when you're fired up. They love it.
Do you think the fire is something that's going to be able to continue throughout the season to have your team?
It'll go a long way. Yes, sir.
I told the team before we got to play with a chip on our shoulder, right? We've been disrespected by some teams, and we need to play with a chip on our shoulder the rest of the year. And that's the type of guys I like. Lunch pail, bring it every day. And that's what we got to do. Play with a chip on our shoulders.
Hey, if this defense comes to work every day, there should be no reason. We will go a long way, and we're just going to come every day, ready to work. and that's a guarantee.
Coach Lancaster, overall it's a young team. I know Tim's a sophomore, Austin's a sophomore. How are you approaching the leadership on the team, and how has the leadership panned out for your Dragons?
We have a mixture of leadership between Tim, Austin, and Johnny. And Johnny's a great leader. Me and Johnny are we communicate on a lot of things of what we want to do. And coaches, sometimes we got to change with players. So I had to change my style a little bit to coach this young team. And since I've done that, the defense has moved forward. We're great in transition. The communication part was a little bit we were having problems with, but we worked through that. Getting out in the hands, we're still working on that. And eventually we'll be to the point where it becomes just natural. You got to remember, this is the first year he played pole. And I got a couple of guys like that. We got Delore, we got Gabe. They both were attack and midfielders, and now they're playing with poles. So it's teaching these guys how to play the game the right way. And I'm always preaching the fundamentals, as you know.
Effort. Got to give it all.
Yep.
Tim, so I know you were on that Essex team that had a great battle with Howard back in 2016. So talk about your journey to Howard. How'd you end up here at Howard Community College?
Hey, last year I had teammates on this team, Colin Wallace. But the following year, I had a teammate, Colin Wallace and Mark Bowser, and they just told me that, hey, if you're leaving Essex, it's a great school. You have a great opportunity to go get a national championship, and Region 20 is wide open. And once I saw that last year, I came here, but unfortunately, I didn't have the opportunity to play, so I was stunned. But I knew I could not give up because next year could be your year, and I'm glad I'm here right now playing with these guys, and it's a great team.
Coach, last one. How do you feel about how the team's playing fundamentally right now on defense? Are you happy?
Fundamentally on defense, I'm happy, but you could always get better. So we're just going to keep working, doing what we do. We got a tough one on Saturday, and the team already knows, the whole team knows that the way the defense goes is the way this team is going to go. Defense wins championships. We all know that.
Tim, how fired up are you for Genesee on Saturday? What are you looking to do against Genesee?
I'm fired up because I'm a fighter, and I know my defense is too, and I know they're going to come out desperate. They're going to come out hungry because they got something to prove, but you're not going to come on our home turf and take that away from us. There's no way, and we're going to be ready on Saturday.
No.
Yes, sir. That's not happening.
All right.
Tim, just what are your thoughts and observations on this game and how it turned out compared to what you were expecting?
It turned out pretty well. We scored a lot more goals than I thought we were going to score. Offense played really well. Defense played pretty well. We let up some trash goals, but that's how it is sometimes. There were definitely a few that I missed that I should have had. But, next game we play Genesee Saturday, and we're looking forward to that. And we'll definitely come out and smack them, and we'll do our due diligence then as well. And looking forward to that game now, yeah.
So take us inside. You scored a goal today. How cool was that, man?
It was pretty cool. I just, there was 30 seconds left on the clock, and I was like, no one's picking me up. I'm just trying to keep running. And as soon as I crossed the midfield line, I was kind of like, oh, snap, no one's picking me up. I'm just going to keep running. And then I kept running. And finally I was like, I might as well just shoot this ball. And I just shot it. I was like, I scored, and I just was like, I looked at the bench, and I was like, I just scored that goal, dang, it was pretty cool. It was a pretty cool feeling. Hasn't really happened before, so it was a new one. It was good.
Take us inside, the celebration with your team got really excited after that play.
I don't know how else you expect Howard Community College to respond to that. We're all boys out here, and we all responded pretty well to it. That was a fun little celebration we did, and they knew the importance behind it, and it was pretty cool. It was fun.
So, Tim, just how's the team feeling right now overall? Scored a Region 20 win. Have a big game coming up on Saturday. Just how's the team handling the ups and downs of the season right now?
Everyone's handling it pretty well. We get guys injured almost every other week or every week, and we fight back on it. We got kids back now, like Drew and LaShawn, number 10 and number 5, who are finally back out there trying to do some things for us too. We got Polinsky back out there, number 6. So we got a full team now. I don't think there's really much to be stopping us, and it's going to be easy. This Region 10 win was a big one. We definitely needed it. Essex is also going to be a big one. We definitely need that, and it'll be good. We'll be good, yeah.
So in goal, how are you seeing the ball right now? You seem to be really just playing angles well and making the stops you're supposed to make on top of some ones that, people kind of are surprised you make them. You make some big plays. So how are you seeing the ball right now?
A lot of problems that actually I used to have myself as a goalie was that I just kind of bid on fakes a lot, and a lot of guys try to throw fakes in this level of lacrosse, and you just kind of got to stay home on it and just go him to the top of his head, stay home, and just react as soon as you see it.
Jake, you had a good game at the Face-Off X today. Just take us inside. How are you feeling right now?
Good. I'm feeling real good. That was a good team win. We started off a little slow, but we picked it up and the scoreboard showed, so yeah, it was nice.
It seemed like you won a couple of face-offs, especially when momentum was at stake. Do you agree that you came up with some timely face-off wins?
I mean, the pressure's on when, we score 2 quick goals and you want to keep that going. It gets exciting, so yeah.
So is there anybody on the wing or anybody you can give some credit to that really helped you?
All my wings. Mackenzie, Watsick, Tim, Johnny, everybody that's out there. They are always coming in fighting for the ball. All the credit to the wings.
So how do you feel right now about the team and where you all are compared to where you want to be? You've had some losses this season. Today was your biggest win. So how are you handling it as a team?
I mean, we're all staying super positive. We're all boys off the field, so we're doing well with it, and we've had a couple tough losses, but nothing that's going to stop us, and we're getting better every day, so I'm not worried about it.
So the work and practice, what's the relationship like between you and Tommy, the face-off specialists on the team? How's that?
Yeah, we're buddies. We're always pushing each other. I mean, I just started facing off this year, so he's been teaching me, and he's been a good mentor. So,
what made you want to start facing off this year for Howard?
I mean, it's just we needed another Fogo, and thought I'd be pretty good at it. So that's pretty much it.